Hello guys, welcome back to Beyond the Realms, and today I'm going to be reviewing the latest release from Kino Classics. It is F.W. Marno's Nosferatu, which I have been very eagerly anticipating. I could not wait for this release to come out. I'm not going to really spend any time on the movie. I would figure, most people watching this review already knows this film. If you don't know this film, I would say definitely check it out. But just briefly, it's very loosely based. Well, not very loosely based. It's loosely based on Bram Stoker's Dracula. The film is infamous for, being ruled to be destroyed by German courts over copyright issues. The film was almost became a lost film. There was only a few prints that survived and this or that. So, one of the things I was wondering about going into this is how would a Blu-ray transfer of this film look for those reasons, because it's such a limited amount of transfers that survived. How good of a restoration could they possibly do on this? Now, when you first start watching the film, it has a little explanation at the beginning about the transfer, and it looks like it was made out of about, I don't know, 4 or 5 different transfers or different surviving prints from different decades too. I guess some of them, I don't know if some of them were previous restorations or reprints. I'm not sure. I only briefly glanced at it, but I know this is culled from different releases, and they got the best possible footage out of all of those releases and made this into like the ultimate release. And guys, I can happily say that this film by far looks better than I've ever seen it. By a long shot. Totally amazed by this. It's I just, the very first time I heard of them doing a black and white, or my first, introduction to black and white Blu-ray, I just thought, man, I don't know how black and white would work, in high definition. But after seeing several, I've seen that it can work, and if you need confirmation of that, just check out Psycho. So, I know that it can work. It's just my whole thing, like I said, was just wondering about the prints they get for this, but man, it just looks so damn good. I was utterly surprised at how awesome it looks because, they retain that. Oh, they didn't go in and like do severe, extreme digital manipulation where they take away the scratches and stuff. They did not do that. There's still scratches and lines heavily at times, and there's some distortion of the picture at times. Like, it's almost like it's degraded. Like, some of the frames, some of the shots, it's the picture kind of wobbles and stuff. You're talking about a film that's 91 years old, so it still has that, but where the benefit of Blu-ray comes in with this is the sharpness and the clarity that you see at times to the picture, to where the best way I know how to describe it is it looks like one of these modern day films where they've tried to take it and degrade it to make it look older. That's what this looks like. And to me, it's just amazing. I don't see how anybody couldn't watch this and be totally surprised at how awesome it looks. I just think it's the perfect transfer, and I really don't see how this film could ever look better than what it does right here. And a couple other things that are different about this. Now, keeping up with this and reading about it all over online, I did see some things where people were complaining or just not sure about the tints that are in this movie, because this is not black and white. It is a tinted film. To where when it's daylight, there's a yellow tint. When it's nighttime, there is like a bluish or purple tint, and then sometimes there's a red tint over it, and or also like a greenish, bluish, kind of tint. And from what I hear now, my understanding is that is how this film was originally shown. They they originally was showing this film with tints in it like that. So, you know, I don't believe that this film has ever been seen this way in the home format. I really don't think it has. I mean, as far as I know, it's always been black and white. It's never been shown this way. So it's really, really cool to see it that way. It gives the film a different feel, believe it or not, because it kind of does feel like daylight and nighttime. You can distinguish it better, whereas, you know, in just this version right here, you know, or any other version, he just looks like he's running around in daylight all the time, you know. So it's cool to have that. I really liked it, and it does help the feel of the film, I thought. And another thing, the intertitles on this. There are two different versions, which I'll get to that in a minute, but the one that I watched was in English language. But the thing that was cool about it is if they were reading from a diary, it had a certain look, like a green look. If it was a telegram, it looked like a telegram on the screen. And, you know, so on and so forth, to where whatever the person was doing, it looked like that on the screen. It wasn't just, you know, white letters over a black background like you see in every other version of this. Like, it was really cool. Like, one time, one of the telegrams sent to, the Mina character, you know, it was a telegram, and it looked like a parchment she was reading stuff. It's just, I really like that a lot. And another awesome aspect of this is apparently the original score that was done to this movie was lost, and it's, you know, it was totally destroyed. It's not around anymore. It doesn't exist. But I guess, you know, probably through, you know, music notes and stuff like that, they were able to go back and reconstruct the actual score of this. They had somebody else do it. Who did do the score? I'm not sure. Reconstruction of Hans Erdmann's original score by Bernd B-E-R-N-D-T, Bernd Heller. So it was really cool to hear the original score, because the other versions I've seen did not have this score. So that was an awesome added bonus. But guys, I just, you know, you have to get this film. It is well worth it. You know, I mean, some people's going to complain about the extras, because really, you know, the main extra is it has a 52-minute documentary, The Language of Shadows, which is from 2007. I'd never seen it. It was new to me. To me, it was a decent documentary. I mean, it goes through Marno's, you know, him growing up, but it, you know, the part where it gets to Nosferatu is really cool, because it goes through his journals like a day-to-day basis on what they filmed. They're telling it and stuff, and they're talking to, I believe it's his daughter. I mean, it's a cool documentary. I wasn't, you know, like really overly thrilled with it, but it was cool, and it was very informative. But I mean, that's really the meat of the extras on this. But guys, the transfer alone, and like I said, with the intertitles, the original score, I mean, they really made this like, it's really is like seeing it for the first time again. I can't tell you how many times I've seen this film, and this really did feel like seeing it with a whole new set of eyes, which is just amazing, because this is one of my favorite films ever. But to show you a little bit about the case here, it does come in a slipcase / slip box. So there you have it. It's a nice cardboard cover. I love it. Same cover here. And then on the inside, you have two different versions of the film. You have disc 1 is Nosferatu with English intertitles. Disc 2 is Nosferatu with original German intertitles, and it is subtitled in English at the bottom. I'm going to check out that version next. I have actually not done that. Well, yeah, another thing with extras on here, it has excerpts from other Marnu films: Journey into the Night, Haunted Castle, Phantom, The Finances of the Great Duke, The Last Laugh, Tartuffe, Faust, and Taboo. And apparently it's anywhere between 5 to 12 minutes of those films. I'm not going to watch that yet. There is no commentary. There is an English gallery, though. An image gallery. That's pretty much it. I mean, I definitely want to go through, you know, the clips of other Marnu films, but I just wanted to get this review out there, because I've had, you know, some people asking me about it, And, you know, because it just came out yesterday, or 2 days ago, I guess now. But guys, well worth it. And, you know, if you're going to complain about the price, because it is like $33 on Amazon, I'll just say it is worth that. But, here's the catch, guys. You can get this right now for $20. Go to barnesandnoble.com or in... Sorry, guys, ran out of memory there. Had to delete a few things. But as I was saying, if you go to barnesandnoble.com or if you go in the store, this is only $20 right now. I mean, you just can't beat that, guys. It is well worth this. It is included with Criterion's half-off sale right now, which goes all the way to December 2nd or the 6th, one of those two. So you have a little while to get this at a discounted price. I mean, you're talking like $13, $14 cheaper than even Amazon. And it's well worth it, guys. I say snag this bitch up because it is an awesome version to have. This is one film that I just can't believe it's ever going to get better than this. If you could go into consideration with these surviving prints, it's 92 years old or 91 years old. I mean, this is the best this film is ever going to look, and it is well worthy of your collection, guys. So, that is it, and as far as the picture quality on this, guys, I'm going to go as far as a 9 out of 10 on this. Like I said, you know, the scratches, there's still a lot of them there, but to me, I'm glad it has that. I don't want it completely cleaned up, completely crystal clear. This film is too old. It wouldn't look right that way, but they did it totally the right way. There's a Christmas. Good God, what's wrong with me tonight? I'm not even drinking. Tired, probably. There's a crispness and a clarity to this that is just, it's going to blow you away, guys. So yeah, I'll quit rambling, I'll quit fucking up most of all, and I'll let you guys get back to your night. But I appreciate you all watching. Go out and get Nosferatu now, guys. Have a good one. Later.